Hi, everybody. Mandian Astral Oracles. Thank you for being here and contributing to the practice, working with the energies, being on your path, and also for interacting with the content. You can become a friend of the Oracle over at Facebook, and you can also there follow some of these transcriptions that I share here and on other platforms that friend Carolyn have been so kind to share with me. So thank you so much to her, and a special thank you also to Suzanne for her recent generosity. I'm a little under the weather today, wherefore I know not, but it must be something I ate. I awoke 4:44 and started throwing up, and so there's a lot of what seems in my physical experience of um, my body coming to a new state in its nervous system of greater ease and relaxation. And it has sort of happened at the backdrop of feeling incredibly stressed out. And it's magical. That's a positive way to describe it, right? Like what often happens, for better or worse, is that these people come into our experience who are sort of the perfect matches to have these learning experiences with that we need. Um, and a friend asked me recently whether it kind of was unavoidable to have these painful experiences, and my answer is what the entities always answer is that it is kind of the contrast that the soul traffics in. So you might find that of course the body is completely it's pain avoidant and it's pleasure seeking. It is the simple mechanism that it operates by, and then mind kind of likes to identify problems and feels gratified by connecting and re-examining and coming at the sense of understanding, which is kind of a release onto itself. But the higher self, the eternal part, kind of traffics in these contrasts of experience. So the more it can experience, the better. And of course, like a fairly easy analogy I feel is on a snowy day, well, would you feel better staying inside the entire day and cozying up and under some snug blankets and feeling warm? Well, that's of course like a pleasurable experience. But the weird thing is, it's often a way more pleasurable experience to go outside for a few hours and get really cold down and have ruddy cheeks and feel all frozen and then get inside and have the experience. And notice that this is a great analogy because it also this is a great experience once you're having it voluntarily. But as soon as you're in that position where it's really cold outside, I really don't want to go outside, I want to stay inside, you're going to have a bad time. So it is kind of what we're training, is aligning all these principles. And that's also, let's say, to get the eternal parts of us to recognize that it's important for the body to catch up. It's important for the body to also feel a sense of pleasure and not just being stressed out in these awakening experiences, which is it very, very often does. Um, and so that can actually, negative experiences can really provoke some reconfigurations and awakenings. And that is quite magical how we are all walking each other home also in these strong contrast experiences. Um, I feel there's a gratitude to that. But I think because I've been trying to do this preliminary so many times and I haven't managed it, I hope I haven't babbled too much today. And now I will turn it over to the Sophia Dragon Tribe, and they will actually, I'll just let them explain why it is that they're coming through. So much love to you guys. I hope you're doing well with them on your own path and enjoying what sun you're hopefully receiving, dealing with the heat waves and everything. Yes, we are coming to you from a place of clear clarity and configuration, representing 9 points of the great mother energy expressed in a star grid of infinite love and beauty. We use this term infinite only to illustrate how far we reach in connection to the human mind. That is, we can absorb everything that you are, that you have, that you hold, that you perceive into our being, and still we are so much more than that. So, in that sense, we are a higher form of human beings. And that is the ideal, the starry, the astral vision of the Draconic that you are striving for. What our friend here has been seeking to communicate has been this observation of an energy running through many people, coming in to reconfigure the energy grid of the planet at this time. These so-called light workers, these people of the light, spirits of the light, who tend to often disconnect from their bodies, to sign off their wills and to become martyrs and victims to the world. Many of you have experienced a sense of power arising within you. Often it comes from a sense of intensified frustration. You are simply a little sick of it. Notice that the body here has also been expunging, purging, and so many of you may have sensed this urge to purge in your diet or in your beings in one way or another in your life, to make drastic decisions that were hard for you to make before, to turn down new directions, or to make sure that old directions weren't influencing you in ways that they were supposed to anymore. This is all an awakening of the Draconic. This is an awakening of the power within, the power of wisdom and discernment. Notice that the perfect serpentine body of we, the dragon form, we hold a being that is unified in one muscle and yet is able to tense up its scales to reflect and move with a nimble and limber sense of adaptation that so many of you bipedal hominids, you have a hard time adapting to. There will also be skeleton lessons for you as you come into this new sense of physicality, but that is yet to come as your diamond skeletons awaken. But at this moment, what you are sensing is that there is a rising of energy, of force coming from below. True power starts from the ground up as one of the small lizard deities coming in guise to this individual in a moment on a tropical island, as it said to him in that moment. True power starts from the ground up. And so this is why the tonic forces, the natural forces, the arcane forces of nature is also imbued with draconic energy. We are the raw energy that is unified and expressed into the wisdom principle. You may connect us with domination, but indeed we are boundaried. We take in energy when we want to, and we use energy with great direction, awareness, discernment. This is the flames that we spew to burn what is unnecessary. We burn through many of these veils, let's call them, these armors, these unnecessary tensions, walls and fortifications that you have used to build up around yourself. We can now also comment, helping our friend here to understand what is going on, that he saw the dead porcupine inexplicably around those fallen autumn apples today, and as he buried it, he found a great grief welling up in him and tears coming to his face. The porcupine, indeed, did not manage to escape from its own inner time running out. There is a time for everything under the sun, and so the porcupine, even though it manage to ward off all these beasts that may have gotten to it with its sharp and wonderfully colored back, it did not help it from meeting the doom of its own momentum. What we are saying here is that you may not be meeting dead porcupines, but you may be sensing that even though you have warded yourself off against the world, this is too great of an armoring. Instead, move into a type of soft reception. Know that any challenge that is presented, any challenger that moves into your space, there is now the understanding that as you consolidate and become more of yourself, you can face and shrug off these challenges, much as you do not fear driving because you have done it many times before. And even though you may know that, well, you may come across situations that you didn't anticipate, even accidents, you are capable of dealing with them as they come along. And so can you extend this feeling of knowing that you are capable of dealing with them as they come along to everything? The reason that it has been so pertinent for our friend here to extend this message to people is that he has sensed this sense of compassion fatigue, of feeling that people are a little fed up with being kind, good, understanding with others. That is, particularly in those people he comes across in his work that do have this configuration of kindness and consideration. They have felt at this time in life that they also feel as if it is time for them to discover their own true power and leadership. This is the awakening of the Draconic. Know that the contrast that you have been experiencing, they will become lesser, not in their energetic dissonance. That is, as you move into higher states of ascension, you encapsulate more of both negative and positive energy. You see and experience more of the world with your conscious attention, but they do become less unwanted. So you understand to a more full degree that this is a temporary experience, that this too shall pass, and that this is a part of a great unfolding in which you are playing a part, and where no harm can really come to you. So here there is the encouragement for you to discover your magical powers and to grow them. Are you one who finds that the pursuit of knowledge is the highest and the most sacred in and of itself? Are you one that finds that you enjoy connecting other human beings to themselves and to each other, that you like feeling that there is a sense of harmony, understanding and connectivity growing in the world? Are you one who feels the enjoyment of seeing projects being launched and following these projects into their completion, to see these things grow and benefit other people? Where do your talents lie? Do you need to rest a little on your hoard before you feel this? Is there a place where you are not taking in enough sustenance? Is there a place where you are clogging yourself? Where is the breath of fire that you seek to move in and out of your sacred central axis? Where is this encumbered? Where does it need to be moved along? Know that this process, once you have invited it in, it is unstoppable. And we see that these lower, more basic chakra energies are becoming activated in this body as we speak, and we offer to reconfigure them for this body and for all of you, to anchor these in to the true power that begins in these natural layers. And we do this from the astral point of ascension, from our point in a Pleiadian configuration of higher harmonies. We have built these star grids in order to assist other beings And with them, we now give you the opportunity to connect back to this dark red with this tune and vibration. May you feel the blue diamond light guiding your truth as it is spoken into the world in action, in word, in intention, emotion, and in belief. In love, we are with you here in the stars, there, everywhere, offering you our wisdom. In gratitude and love, farewell. That was the Sophia Dragon Tribe, and thank you to everyone who's also shared their experiences with these awakenings and energies and how they work for you. And you're very welcome to do so in the comments if you feel like. Much love to you guys.